Just moments before South Africa ushered in a new year, as fireworks lit up the skies above Johannesburg and crowds counted down the final seconds of 2025, a dramatic and unsettling incident unfolded that reflected the tension, disorder, and contradictions of the country's festive season crime landscape. At an inner-city roadblock, an undocumented foreign national was confronted by police officers carrying out routine checks. Overcome by panic, he chose to flee rather than comply, and in a desperate attempt to evade arrest, he leapt from a high bridge onto the M1 freeway below. The scene was shocking, not because it happened under cover of darkness, but because it occurred in full view of officers tasked with keeping Gauteng safe as the year drew to a close. The incident took place during Operation Channel 2, a multidisciplinary festive season safety operation involving the South African Police Service alongside other law enforcement agencies. The operation was rolled out across Hillbrow and Johannesburg Central to increase visibility and crack down on crime during New Year's Eve celebrations. Roadblocks were positioned throughout the city as part of a familiar end-of-year strategy aimed at stopping drunk drivers, recovering stolen vehicles, apprehending wanted suspects, and identifying undocumented individuals. The objective was straightforward: to allow citizens to welcome the new year feeling secure. For one man riding a motorbike, however, the roadblock became a moment of reckoning. Police reports indicate that the man was stopped and subjected to standard checks. When officers requested identification, he was unable to produce any documentation, no passport, no driver's license, and no proof of legal residence in the country. What followed was not negotiation or cooperation, but raw fear. Instead of remaining at the scene, he suddenly ran. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkhwanatsi later described the moment with disbelief and grim humor, saying the man simply took off. Yet what followed was anything but simple. The suspect ran toward the edge of the M1 bridge, climbed over the barrier, and jumped. In that instant, the festive celebrations collided with a harsher reality shaped by desperation, unlawful status, and the strain placed on South Africa's immigration and policing systems. The drop was severe. Bridges built to support thousands of vehicles daily are not designed to absorb human bodies. Remarkably, the man survived the fall and was seen continuing to run after hitting the freeway below. Police believe he may have sustained injuries, but fear and adrenaline appeared to push him forward as officers rushed to pursue him from beneath the bridge. "We will get him," Lieutenant General Mkhwanatsi said confidently, explaining that teams had been deployed on the lower level to track him down. The motorbike he left behind at the roadblock was confiscated and is being examined to determine whether it may have been stolen, adding yet another unanswered question to an already complex story. For many South Africans, the image of a man jumping off a bridge to avoid an immigration check is both startling and symbolic. It highlights the extreme lengths some undocumented individuals are willing to go to in order to avoid detention and deportation. At the same time, it raises difficult questions about the scale of illegal migration, the limits of enforcement capacity, and what happens when pressure reaches a breaking point. This incident was not an isolated case. In the days leading up to New Year's Eve, the South African National Defence Force confirmed that more than 1,000 undocumented foreign nationals had been intercepted while attempting to enter the country illegally. The mass interception occurred at the Grobler's Bridge post near Leffelel in Limpopo, a route increasingly used to bypass stricter controls at established crossings such as Beitbridge. SANF spokesperson Captain Moses Simono reported that 1,174 undocumented Zimbabwean nationals were arrested on December 26 alone, spanning Christmas Day and the Day of Goodwill, an unprecedented surge for that period. According to Simono, this marked the first time soldiers had been required to manage such a large influx during the festive season. He noted that the scale of the interception reflects shifting cross-border movement patterns. As authorities tighten controls at known entry points, undocumented migrants are turning to alternative routes that are often more remote and dangerous. Grobler's Bridge, bordering Botswana, has emerged as one such pressure point. What the statistics often fail to capture is the volatility of these encounters. During one interception in Limpopo, a SANDF member was injured after being attacked by an aggressive undocumented individual. The soldier was treated at the scene, and the attacker was subdued, underscoring the real risks faced by personnel deployed at borders and roadblocks. Back in Johannesburg, the man who jumped from the bridge embodied that same volatility, a split-second decision driven by fear, desperation, and the awareness that capture would likely result in detention and deportation. Lieutenant General Mkwanatsi's light-hearted remarks about the incident sparked mixed reactions. Some members of the public viewed the episode with dark humor, seeing it as yet another example of the extreme measures people take to evade the law. Others were deeply uneasy, noting how easily the incident could have ended in tragedy, turning a routine roadblock on one of the country's busiest highways into a fatal event.